Merry Christmas, everyone. Almost Merry Christmas Eve. How you doing, everyone? Joe, along with Chef Nick, and a little bit of news, a little downer, but we also have some really good news for you. And we're going to have a great show here with Chef Nick. Maria extends condolences that she cannot come on tonight. There was an emergency in the family. She's okay, but something that was very, very important to the family that came up basically in the past 2 hours. And we were hoping to avoid that. But the good news is that she's set to come back with us, with myself, on December 29th. And she's got a few surprises there. She feels really bad. We all feel bad. But one thing I can tell you is you're in for a great, great show here, everyone. And Nick could give us a little preview of what to look for. Nick, take it away.
Well, everyone, good to see everybody. Everyone in the chat, welcome to our Christmas mix with me and Joe. So I wanted to say happy holidays, season's eatings. If you have a missile on your toe, please go see a foot doctor. I am dreaming of a white Christmas, but if the white runs out, give me the red, please. So allow me to introduce myself and reintroduce myself. My name is Chef Nick. I am your Chef Savage to your cabbage, to shred it, to coleslaw. Let me tell you something about this guy right next to me. He has the gout, but when in doubt, he can have a Guinness stout, but he is the man. He is not the myth because he's right next to me. He is a legend, but he's still going strong. He's alive and well, but not down a well also. So let me tell you something about some foods that we're doing today. A lot of different style type of foods in regards to foods for gout, foods for high blood pressure, foods for your sex drive to impress the woman or to impress the person in your life, whoever it is. Also foods for being hungover. Also, we're taking care of food gifts, food stocking stuffers. Also food ideas to do that as well. So also let me tell you something about a little traditions and customs that come along with that too. So a little short and sweet and not sweet and short. So let's do this. Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's cook.
Sounds good to me. Let's rock and roll, baby. You get it started for us, Nick. We are hours away now from my definitely best meal of the year. So let's get us going here before I start getting hungry, and I really don't want to eat till tomorrow night. So take it away.
So I actually wanted to start off with you, Joe. Everyone's been talking about the 7 fishes in the sea, or the fishes of the 7 in the oceans, whatever that thing is. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of Italians like to fish in the ocean for 7 fishes. So why don't you start it off with explaining like what that is? Because a lot of people they don't know.
Well, in our tradition, we it's the Sicilian tradition and a lot of Italian tradition. Yeah. We like to have the fishes, the 7 fishes. The number one, Nick, and everybody is we all got to have a pasta with the clams.
Yes.
The white clam sauce, no red, no nothing. You got to have that white clam sauce, and heaven forbid you put cheese on that. They'll chop your hand off. No cheese. It is delicious. And to be honest with you, I was talking on one of the Mania shows. When I have pasta with the clams, I want clams. I don't want any of the shells. I'm not taking the shells, scooping it all up, and no. If I'm going to enjoy spaghetti with clams, I want spaghetti with clams, and I want them fresh. I'm not asking for much. It's once a year, and I want to enjoy that. So that is the first thing. And then we kind of move on to any type of shrimps. I like a shrimp cocktail, fried, roasted, you name it. Every time fried shrimp you can imagine, I love. Unfortunately, it doesn't love me. I have to be very careful with gout symptoms, but it is delicious. So any type of shrimp. Then there's We can do so many other things, guys. Of course, the lobster, the crab meat,
Mm-hmm.
the scallops. So that's basically it. Again, some of that I have to be very careful about, Nick. And if you have anything like I love to sit down and have some scallops, but I'm so scared. If there's a way you can make that without I can still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Please, by all means, let us know.
Yeah. So speaking of the gout, in regards to that, so yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that too. So there's some seafood that you can have, right?
Yes,
Okay.
lobster is very dangerous for me. I can have like a small portion. Shrimps, any shellfish like that is very dangerous. That I would get a flare up within 24 hours, if not sooner.
Well, I've done. I mean, I've done like a lot of recipes in like in regards to the gout. So I know, like with, let's just say, correct me if I'm wrong. I know everyone's different, but like skim milk yogurt, cottage cheese,
Right.
asparagus, spinach, sweet potatoes, cherries and berries. I know cherries are a big one, but also lentils, peas, black beans, brown rice, quinoa, oats, chia seeds, which we did mention last time, flax seeds, chicken, eggs, and olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, right?
Right.
So now, like, in regards to that, okay. So then, certain ingredients with that, let's just say, because you put like so and so together, and like let's just say for people suffering from gout, which is a big inflammation, which is not fun. Joe can tell you that firsthand. So simple things that you can do in regards to that, like a yogurt based, and if you want to do yogurt, you could do Greek yogurt, which is pretty much what's it called? It's filtered through. It's more organic, a little pricey, but it beats out the blended vanilla yogurt that's really watery and it doesn't really what's it called? Give you any health attributes towards that way. So like a mixed berry smoothie with a yogurt based with flax seeds. Acting as a natural thickener instead of like banana, let's just say, because people can have bananas because it bloats them and stuff like that. And but even though bananas are very healthy in that aspect, I also mentioned chia pudding. So a lot of people when they say, "Oh, chia pudding," it's like, wait, like, are you talking about the chia pet? Well, yes, they had the chia pet back then, but this is like now it's like chia seeds where you have to put like a flavorful liquid in there, not just water. You could do like cranberry juice, you can do orange juice, you could do any type of juice to puff it up. So that's how you technically, cook it is to puff it up. But then you could add your like your different variations of like let's just say stevia. Stevia is a plant sugar, which is it's a sugar alternative. It's but also with the chia pudding, I did a cherry lime or a cherry lemonade chia pudding. It works wonders. It's like it's very low in sugar and it's high in fiber, and that reduces the gout as well. So in regards to lentils, like lentil soup, you can have lentil soup. It's absolutely nutritious. It's very good with high cholesterol as well. You can also do an alternative, let's just say grilled chicken parmesan with pesto brown rice with grilled asparagus, barbecue black beans and spinach with sunny side up eggs and chicken sausage. You could have that for breakfast. So there's a lot of different alternatives to lower the gout, especially when you're doing this. You're also lowering, which I'll get into too, lowering high cholesterol. So this is very important. But look, everyone has differences in regards to foods where it's like they can't have something, but they can. So this is where it gets a little foggy, but we always meet in the middle with that. Something that I've done before, which is very interesting, is Kia fried rice. So instead of having the white, what's it called, the parboiled or the white long grain rice, which is not really healthy for you in any aspect, but when you have quinoa and you're doing it the same way, it's a healthy alternative. Plus, you get the benefits of like it tasting just as better. I also did pumpkin spice oatmeal with apples or pears too. So all these things mixed in not only reduces inflammation, but also you have health benefits for the long run as well. I'm not saying to have it every day, but also you can have it in a sense where it's like it just changes everything from your mood to just your energy levels, your metabolism. These speed up metabolism, so you're going to see a difference in especially with your gut health. Like it's just you're going to the bathroom a lot, which is very important. So there's one more recipe that I have here: roasted sweet potato wedges with cumin, chervil, and ginger. So all these recipes are geared towards gout. So let's just say if you are in a position that you feel like you're getting it, I'm not saying this is going to help right away. It's going to reduce it, but if you do have this guideline over time, it will speed up the process. Obviously, you have to avoid sugar. All sugary substances you have to avoid because it will inflame everything, even like everything in your body, which is very dangerous.
I have a question here from Kevin, and he asks, when you say avoid sugar, there is a percentage that can go into the body. What percentage do you stop? So if the ingredient says it's 8, can you have it? Or if the ingredient says 2, can you have it?
Well, Kevin, I think you should just avoid processed sugar just in general because it just hurts you in the long run. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of alternatives to that will help you in the long run. So it's like, if you have, like I mentioned, like the stevia plant sugar, if you have the cane sugar, the cane brown sugar, which is healthier than that, it works the same way. Like even in your coffee too, a lot of people do put that in. I mean, that's the thing. So like the white sugar itself is very harmful. Even if there's a percentage, 2% to 5%, if you do have that every day, again, better to be safe and healthy now than to deal with it in the long run because that does a lot of damage, especially if it's processed. And it's in the US. Just pointing that out.
Now, why do you think it's so horrible to have like pancakes and French toast? If you stay away from the maple syrup and you just have it like that, I know it's bland, but to the psyche and to your brain, you're eating pancakes.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
No, because still pancakes and waffles, they still have unbleached flour in there. They have a lot of chemicals, especially you want to call out a brand name. Aunt Jemima's, you have a Bisquick, you have like all these, like this is why they have like Kodiak pancakes. So they're going towards that area where it's like organic, all natural. Again, you can't really believe that's true, but it's geared more for people that want to be healthy, but also want to, eat good food that we had since when we were young. So so this is why you have like even like with the whole wheat waffles, whole wheat pancakes, it still works the same way. It's just even though it's labeled as whole wheat organic, you still have to be mindful of that too. So again, with the Kodiak pancakes, the the organic flour and stuff like that, always read the ingredients in it because you always find sure like no additional sugars added, but then you'll find a chemical that sort of substitutes that with like maltodextrin or something like that. So we always have to be careful, especially with that. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying like just get rid of it, get rid of it out of your life. If you want to have it, that's fine. It's just it's better and healthier to make it yourself than to buy it prepackaged. And the way to make it yourself is to buy all natural ingredients in regards to that. So, but yeah, it's better. That's what I'm saying right now. It's better to, and it is time consuming. It does take a lot of time, but it's very beneficial. Very beneficial.
Now, is it okay if let's say you get, and this is my last question on the gout because I know you have a lot to.
Yeah.
Now, is it okay if you have the gout medicine, like the what do they call that? The one with the C chorus. I always forget the name of it. But if you take that and it's 0.6 milligrams, it's not strong at all. If you have that in your body starting the day, do you think you could have a pancake? Do you think you could have that piece of cake? Do you think, is it smart? Does it make, if you have a rest of the day balance, if you're having salad and you're drinking a lot of water and you're doing all of that, can you get away with that, do you think?
Well, what's the side effects of the gout medicine? That's the question. I mean, it is,
basically, the only thing that I experience, if I get a strong thing of the gout and I take one extra a day for like 3 or 4 days, I can get. I hate to say it, but I go to the bathroom a lot more.
Well, so the thing is, like, if you're trying to fight that, then why would you counterfight it? You know what I mean? It's like
Well, I mean, we're in Christmas. I
I know,
mean, I see a ricotta cookie, or I see
I know, I know.
I see pumpkin pie, or pumpkin pie. I actually could have as long as it's not, like crazy. The pumpkin pie is actually healthier than the
Yeah.
pumpkin cakes or something like that. But just to have it, one time. I mean, if I drink, like that, let's say 78 ounces of water, shouldn't that be enough to flush it out?
Well,
I know
it
you're
all,
not a doctor, and
no,
you're a chef, but
yes.
I mean,
Here's the fine line. This is where I draw the line in the sand. It's pretty much foods are beneficial, but whatever we're experiencing on the insides, it's totally different. I'll give an example. Yes, absolutely. It is Christmas time, and I want to go hard. I want to take a break from the gym. I want to take a break from my diet, and then go hard, go big or go home. Right? I don't have a gluten allergy. I have a gluten intolerance. So that's pretty much if I eat something that's very delicious, but it doesn't agree with me, I get water retention, so I blow up, like get
really,
swollen. I do, and that's just the intolerance. It's like allergy. There's different symptoms, but with the intolerance, that's what it is. And it's like, all right, then it takes about a few days for it to go down. That's the thing. So it's like, all right, well, if I have oatmeal, I do have an intolerance to that, but other people, it works for them as high fiber and probiotic. So even, like, let's just say with high blood pressure too, because with me and with everyone too, high blood pressure is absolutely hard to keep on a balance, because anything can raise it up. You're stressed, you're angry, someone pisses you off. Road rage. That's the externals, but like with foods as well. Look, if you're having a steak, steak is absolutely high in iron, high in testosterone. But yeah, sure, it might increase your blood pressure, but also it's very beneficial for for you in the long run too. It's very good muscle building in that sense. So like with high blood pressure, if you're having bananas, cantaloupe, oranges, avocados, dried apricots, these are the foods to have when you're experiencing high blood pressure, or you want to keep it pretty much to a minimum. If you're going to the doctor and then they tell you, you have high blood pressure, and then they just get mad at you for that, whatever. But it's like this is something to, if you take something daily, it's or just in a span of let's just say your New Year's resolution is to have this and to be strict with this. This will keep your blood pressure at a constant pace. So if you have bananas, cantaloupe, oranges, avocados, dried apricots, yogurt, cottage cheese, skim milk, if you want to do whole milk, that's fine. Organic whole milk, it's no different. It's just organic, but whatever floats your boat, Then you have almonds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds. Like I mentioned with the gout, it sort of works the same way. Sunflower seeds, brown rice, rolled oats, the dry ones. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. Quinoa, black beans, kidney beans, chicken, salmon, and tuna. Tuna, again, putting in, because I know there was a couple of questions in regards to
yes,
tuna.
it's in the middle.
Yeah, it's in the middle. You can't escape it. Canned tuna, you can't escape it. It is brined. It is high in sodium. The only way to sort of like keep it at a minimum is to wash it, pre-wash it, and also wash it in olive oil too. You will see the difference. So when you do wash the brine out and you squeeze out and you keep double wash it and then you toss it in olive oil, you're going to see the difference. You're reducing the sodium a tad, not a lot. It's still built in there, but with high blood pressure recipes that I have, you could do like an orange, banana, cantaloupe yogurt smoothie. And it doesn't take a lot to do it. It doesn't take a lot. It's just all you need is, if you're doing it for yourself, you need one of each, and that's it. I also did for breakfast, which is really popular. You could do like a quinoa, yogurt, cottage cheese blended bowl with dried apricots, also dried fruit too, which helps. So this is like, it's filling, but also you're going towards the healthy alternative as well. Salmon wise, you could do a lime cilantro baked salmon with chipotle black beans and quinoa pilaf. Like I said last time, you could do quinoa fried rice. Now you're doing quinoa pilaf. Pilaf. So pilaf is pretty much like you have stovetop cooked, whether it's rice or quinoa in this sense, then you have vegetables added to that too. So it is a healthy alternative. You also have avocado, spinach, and tuna salad. So when you add all these ingredients, like just say for the tuna salad, the more ingredients you add, the more health benefits you're going to do. Avocados are healthy; they are good fats. So when people say that avocados are high in fat, very high in fiber, and it works in your favor in regards to that. So even doing like a kale avocado brown rice, and also kidney bean salad too. So with the brown rice too, that it's high in fiber, whole grains will reduce blood pressure. Also, depending how you take it, I can't take it well, but some people can, just have a high metabolism where it flushes you out. And also, there's something that I also as well did: banana and berry overnight oats, infused with yogurt. So you take dry oats and you take the Greek yogurt, you mix it up with blended banana and berries and leave it overnight. And it tastes exactly like a pudding, like a natural pudding. So these are some of the some of the recipes. Obviously some can be easy and some can't, but these work. These definitely work. And look, again, if whatever recipes I said, I'm not going to give the pretty much the figures out. You could always message me, reach out to me, or reach out to Joe, and I'll be more than happy to do it. So I just want to point these out, which is really pretty much.
And again, last one.
Are
you okay with the fact that they say if I want to eat meat, it's 4 ounces of steak, 4 ounces of this, 4 ounces of that, and that's it? A hamburger is almost out of the question.
Yeah.
If you have a hamburger, it's got to literally be like a snivel, just to taste it, to say, oh, I had a little bit of a piece of a hamburger. But,
that again, that's something that portion wise, if you want to do something portion, I would do 4 to 5 ounces of meat, and then you could do a cup of greens and cup of grain. So I follow that rule where you're not overeating, but you're having small meals to what's it called? Pretty much speed up your metabolism. The more small meals and small portions you have throughout the day, you will feel a difference. You're not going to feel like an anchor. You're not going to feel like you're heavy, like you're tired, that you don't want to do anything. And then again, even with this too, this goes into foods for anxiety and depression that I'm going to get into, because this is something that everything that I've said always leads up to something, because it always connects. That's the thing.
I understand. Yeah.
And then I also, yes, I was going to mention that too, Wendy. People are always on such a all these diets are just trends. Like you have the carnivore diet, you have the paleo diet, pescatarian, overtarian. I don't know. People back then in the 80s were on grapefruit and cottage cheese. Look, it's all a trend. It's something that, if you want to do, people. I hate calling people influencers, but they're not. They're just, they don't know anything. If they want to say, oh, I'm on this diet and that diet and show it off on Instagram or show it like that, they're just making their dime. They're making their bag. So don't listen to them. Whatever works for you and it works for you in your life, good. But they have to brag about it. No one has to brag about it. That's it. Look, I try to have steak and salmon every day, which is very pricey. I don't brag about it, but I try to, do something like that along those lines. But yeah, it's just always follow what you think is right for yourself. If you guys go to the gym, you exercise well. If you're going to start or you are living a healthy life, do what works for you. If you see anyone at the gym doing, videotaping themselves and just, creating a scene, they're not doing it for themselves. They're just feeding their egos. They're doing it for, just for people online to get validation. So this is another topic, but everything goes hand in hand though, in regards to that.
Awesome. No, it's a lot of knowledge. And one thing I've started to do too is oatmeal almost every morning now. Oatmeal is even sometimes I do it before our morning show, and sometimes I do it after. but I usually put either the flex seeds or
Nice.
chia seeds in there. I put a banana. I put blueberries in there, and that satisfies me towards lunch.
That's good. It's
So
very filling.
I mean, I do, yeah, that's what I like. But yeah, listen, I'm doing everything now I possibly can to avoid the gout, because let me tell you, folks, it's not a nice ailment. Not that everything is, but when you can't walk and it takes you like 20 minutes just to get to the if you got to go to the restroom, it weighs very high on your mind. Plus you get nervous, so your blood pressure is going to go up, and that's the things that that we fight. But thank God, meeting somebody like Nick, and you get more ideas, and obviously it's nice. I dropped about 4.5 pounds.
Nice.
I really would love to, but it's not easy. And with the age and what I do, and I'm not one of these guys that's going to go outside and start walking 20 blocks. I mean, I would love to, but that's just not in my vocabulary. It just doesn't do it. So it's a little harder, and of course, as you get a little older, it gets a little harder to lose the weight. But you can do some things to avoid.
Yeah,
but yeah, great. The great stuff, Nick. Move on. Go ahead.
Just for this segment, I have foods for being hungover. So one of the foods, and you can't really escape this, is like when you're hungover, you can't escape just having a disco fries at the diner, right? After the night out in the club, just gravy on the fries, or just like a burger. Unfortunately, that's going to make it worse. So also like caffeine is going to make it worse. Excess sugar is going to make it worse. Processed foods is going to make it worse. So the number one thing in regards to being hungover is that you need to be hydrated. And the number one thing with hydration is coconut water. Coconut water, electrolytes, of course. A lot of people take Pedialyte. So keep being hydrated, and also with watermelon, cucumbers, they have a high rate of water in it too. So the more hydration you get, the shorter amount of time you will be hungover. Ginger and peppermint tea as well. That counteracts the inflammation in your blood cells in regards to being hungover. So with bananas, oatmeal, people like to have toast and crackers, bread. If you're going to have bread and crackers, I would consider doing sourdough bread or multigrain bread as a roll. Those two have main components that are heavy, and that soaks up the alcohol. It soaks it up once it goes in. Then you have egg, salmon, leafy greens such as collard greens, kale, spinach. And again, it's like, who in their right mind is going to have spinach, collard greens, and kale, even arugula, when they're hungover? They don't want healthy food, but this helps. It helps. It cuts it down in half. Avocados, any brothy soups as well. Brothy soups, let's just say, if you're doing a chicken noodle soup, if you're doing a French onion soup, even if you're doing like let's just say a wonton soup, anything like that, the more broth it has, the better it will. It will help too. So recipes in regards to that, which is very simple. And if you have the time to do it, people don't even want to get out of bed. But chicken noodle soup, beef rice, French onion, those are the three types of soups that will help you. There's a lot of components in there that will hydrate you and will get you on your feet again. Coconut, banana, oat smoothie. So all these components, again, it's a very thick smoothie, but the hydration in that, it will help you. With breakfast, sunny side ups on sourdough or multigrain as well. And then you could do a watermelon pudding, oat based. So just like overnight oats, you can blend watermelon, and then you could blend the oats as well. Do a little cinnamon, do a little nutmeg. It's going to taste like a pudding. So all these will get you back on your feet. It's worked for me. It's worked for other people as well. Again, depending what foods you can have, that's where you have to cross the line. So in regards to that, like, you can't really be like, all right, well, I can't have watermelon because I'm allergic to it. Well, that's another story, that sort of thing. Just want to also just go towards foods for anxiety and depression. There's a lot of people such as myself, who have high anxiety for work or just life purposes. So a lot of the anxiety and depression that people have, it's also a lack of estrogen and testosterone. I'm saying estrogen for women, testosterone for guys. The lack of creates dopamine, which is a stress chemical drug that's high in there. You want serotonin, and you have endorphins too. After you work out, you feel really great. You feel like you can take over the world. That's what you want. So if you have again Greek yogurt, I don't know about the Greeks, man. They're working wonders here. There's also something called a kefir drink. This is a Turkish drink. It tastes like sour cream, but it's more like a liquid based. So you find that at your like Middle Eastern stores. You find it at your grocery stores as well. It's called kefir, Kefir. So it's so popular that all the Eastern European countries, such as Russia, Poland, they're marketing it too. But it's also in the U.S. as well. That will work wonders for you. You'll feel a difference. Believe it or not, sauerkraut, kimchi, and a kombucha. These are great for gut health. Probiotics. So this will increase your mood for anxiety and depression. This will increase your mood, and you'll feel a difference. Again, oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, potatoes. Believe it or not, the potatoes, turkey. These two have what's it called? The serotonin in there. But it's also not only do they increase testosterone, but they also sort of help you go to sleep. Also. Tryptophan. That's the chemical that it's a natural sleeper, pretty much. But yeah, turkey, eggs, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, salmon, beef, and poultry. Any poultry. So so you have your citrus fruits, you have your strawberries, your peppers, your onions, your mushrooms, any berries, seafood, and then again with the seafood, and also like with the beef and the salmon. This goes towards my next topic, but before I get there. See, everything goes hand in hand. It's funny how like health, nutrition, and food goes hand in hand. Everything works the same way in similar ways. So then a few recipes that I have done that help people. It's temporary, of course. It's not permanent where you're gonna feel like this every day. Until like your energy levels reach a peak, it goes down again. That's just the way the body works.
Yes.
But yeah, no. So I've done a kefir and yogurt tandoori. Charred Brussels sprout Caesar salad. I also did a kefir yogurt tandoori roasted salmon with a kimchi relish and smashed potatoes. The difference between mashed potatoes and smashed potatoes is potatoes are mashed, but potatoes that are smashed, they're roasted whole in the oven, and then you smash it, and then you do like a little salt, pepper, a little garlic. You do a little saffron, a little Parmesan cheese, which is fine, and then you roast it again. And it's almost like you have this crispy little potato cake that you have to cut. So yeah, so this works. This works. And again, if you guys want the recipe, I'm just going to go through it. You could always request it. I have a great recipe for that as well. I also have done a sazon garlic, sautéed mushrooms, peppers, onions, crusted on a whole roasted beef tenderloin. So it's like pretty much like a crust on a beef tenderloin that's cooked in the oven. And of course, the best way to have beef is rare. The reason being is because it tastes better. But if you have it well done, it tastes like a hockey puck, but also you're not getting the full nutritional value out of it. So once something is cooked beyond belief, then you're only getting a quarter of it. You want all of it. Plus you want the taste as well. So then I've also done a turkey scallopini puttanesca with grilled broccoli and cauliflower.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I also did as a dessert, and you could have this as a snack too. Dark chocolate strawberry fritters. You blend the strawberry, you roll it in graham crackers, and then you dip it in dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is really healthy for you, and also dark chocolate. Once I go to this next topic, it works wonders. So kimchi. If anyone's thinking how do you make kimchi, you have Napa cabbage, which is also called the Chinese cabbage, or it's pretty much the Chinese use that. But also you have daikon radish, which is the white radish, not the red one. You do chili powder, garlic, little ginger, fish sauce, which is also big in Thailand. Water, onion, rice vinegar, salt, and you ferment it or marinate it for about 24 hours to 36 hours. So you can do this is great for absolutely just having it with food. And it's just you can't really, of course, you got to portion it. But so with that, you have kefir, like I mentioned. It's a fermented milk drink, sour cream, pretty much based, but also it's thinned out where you can have it as like sort of like a milkshake. So
Awesome. I like that. Wow. Evan from the shows asked,
hey Evan, what's up, bud?
can you explain the way you make your meatballs if you do?
Well, so a lot of people have a lot of classic ways of doing it. John, I'm pretty sure you have a classic way of doing it. I would love to hear yours. But a lot right now, there's a fork in the road in regards to how you make it right now, because a lot of people are going towards away from tradition, which is fine, but you have to keep tradition with that, and I'll explain that. But with meatballs, I usually do a blend of ground veal, ground pork, ground beef. I'll do my
You
eggs.
mix the three. You
Yes.
mix the three. So you get the package of the three. Okay.
Trifecta, baby. Yeah, so I do that. I do my eggs. I do my the bread. I'll toast the bread. I'll grind it up, but also soak it in milk. I'll soak it in milk, and then I'll put it in the mix. I'll do my dry ingredients like garlic powder, onion powder. I'll also add a little ground fennel in there just for that little that little, because fennel, when you taste the sausage, like an Italian sausage, you have the fennel seeds in there. I like that flavor. A lot of people love that flavor where it's like, wow, what is that? It's like a smoky flavor. But yeah, so you do I do like dry parsley. I'll do the salt and pepper. And I do my tomato paste. I'll do, if I have like some tomato product, I'll or even like some marinara, I'll add that in there for color and for more flavor as well. And then then I'll form them. I'll freeze them a little bit. So it has that shape, so it keeps their shape, their circle shape, because sometimes they flatten if you don't have the right thickening agent with that. So, but then there's many ways of doing it too. You can sear it on both sides in the pan. Some people flash fry it. Other people just bake it off. So the trend right now, the modern healthy trend, is a lot of people are substituting the breadcrumbs for oats, dry oats. So this is something that you can do as well. The dry oats, they tend to soak up the fat more. So this is why it becomes more it thickens up over time and much faster. Once you put in the oats in there, as long with the other flavors as well. The only difference is people like it baked. They don't like it pan fried because it seems like it's not healthy. But as long as you do it in olive oil, even frying in olive oil. I'm not saying like in a deep fryer, but like in a pan, you still have the health benefits because it's extra virgin olive oil. If you fry something in canola or vegetable garbage oil, whatever, stay away from that. Soy, stay away from that. Extra virgin olive oil, if you fry it in that, depending, obviously if it's not, if it's just meatballs and not like breaded or something like that, but if you have it, if you fry something like broccoli or something like that in olive oil, you're going to get the health benefits of that. But with people like it baked, so they like everything baked and roasted, and they just want it just like that. So this is where people are becoming more healthier. They're becoming more mindful with that too. Of course, you could tell that to, just an Italian grandma. She'll hit you in the face with a spatula. But I mean, that's that's not me, man. That's the clients. That's the clients, grandma.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah. Hey, are you ever a component in? I know Sicilians do this too with the meatballs. You ever put raisins in them?
In the meatballs?
Yeah.
I haven't. I've done dried cranberries with turkey meatballs. So I had these something that and I have so many recipes, man. So I had these. It's an oat based ground turkey, dried cranberry meatballs, and you blend like they're called craisins, like because they're like they're dried cranberries in reference to raisins. But you get like the brand name Ocean Spray. You could get that from any store. So once you blend them, I blend them in a little cranberry juice and cranberry sauce, and then you add them to the mixture. So it's like almost like a Thanksgiving type of meatball, that sort of thing. So with raisins for beef, never did that. Yeah, never did that. I mean, can you? Probably. I just never did that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy, but now there's a question here from John. I saw
John,
something.
what's up, brother?
I saw something today about mixing butter into soy sauce.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, so I've done that before, John. I've done clarified butter with soy sauce. In regards to I did a wasabi horseradish, potato crusted like Asian flank steak. But I marinated in mirin. So it's like a little fusion. I did mirin. I also did the soy sauce. I did the wasabi powder. I did a little bit of horseradish in there, but I also did clarified butter. So the clarified butter in that marinated over time, it sort of like tenderizes it. So it's something that's not weird. It tastes absolutely amazing. You just have to watch out for the salt content because you have mirin in there, you have soy sauce and butter, if it's salted or not. So you do have to just be mindful of that, of the salt. You don't want to add a little more salt to that and grill it off, and then so that's the only thing. But it tastes amazing. It works wonders. But you're right about that. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'll tell you, it's definitely, no pun intended, but it is a mouthful. And and I hope everybody's either writing it down or you're going to come back to the show in video form, and you'll be able to dissect that, or you can write to us in the email joeyankees28@gmail.com. And if you want the recipe, I'll send it off to Nick, or he'll send me the recipe and I'll send it to you guys, whatever it is. But you'll never miss anything, especially if you go into NY Yankee Mania and go into our community page, and or just ask any questions, guys. We'll be happy to answer them all the time, anytime. So I did want to mention just a little, just to break it up just a little bit, and,
Sure.
and then back to food. I have a couple of questions about Nick. I am stumped on they're not family, and they're not relative friend, big friend, but I got to get a different type of gift for these special people that have done some stuff for our family. What can I get that's like, I don't want to give a bottle of wine. I don't want to do something like that. What can we give? And this is coming from Jeff.
Okay, so Jeff, I don't know if Jeff's looking for a food gift to do or
whatever you recommend, something different. He doesn't want to just give like, what would you recommend? He doesn't want to just give wine.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to give like a little box of peanuts or something. What would you recommend to that person in your life that you got to give to? They're not, like really, really, really your family, but it's something you've got to do. So what would you recommend?
Well, Jeff, this is what I've been doing. So even with friends or even people that's just treated me well throughout the years, or even throughout the year. And guys, I'm going to get to your comments. I can't look at it right now. We're going through this, but we'll definitely get back to you. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, Jeff. So there's something that I do with gifts called sips and bites. So for instance, there's last year I made these, and it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be big if it's for someone. If you're doing it for a group, that's different. But if you're doing for someone, like individual, one by one, then I'm going towards this route. If you're going towards a whole, then it's like another story. But just talking about one by one, and maybe this will cover other subscribers and everyone in the community as well. So, for instance, last year I did small individual portion shepherd's pie with lamb. I did puff pastry on the bottom. I did a ground lamb, and then I did the mashed potatoes on top. But I also did it with a double shot of Guinness. So the thing is with this, you can't really just leave it on their doorstep. So with food gifts, it's something personable. You visit them, you give it to them. You say, you just pretty much they can't eat. I'm not saying they can't eat all day, but if they're going to have your food gift, they have to have it at a pretty much either on the spot, or you conversate and they have it with you. So this is something personable. Even if they are surprised or they do love it, this is what their favorite meal is. This is much, much more sentimental than a bottle of wine, because you can always give a bottle of wine to somebody, regardless of what price it is. You can always do that. But with this is something that just strikes a little chord. It it's either nostalgia, it just hits their pretty much something in their body where it's like, wow, I remember this from childhood, or I remember my parents used to cook this for me. Also, like, let's just say if people are shrimp lovers, like you could do a sofrito grilled jumbo shrimp with Bloody Mary shooters. What I mean by shooters is you can give like a small, and it doesn't have to be, look, it doesn't matter if it's a fancy platter. It can be, it could definitely be a normal sized plastic white platter that you could get at TJ Maxx. You could get at your, just local, I'm going to say convenience store, but maybe department store. But, if you put it on a platter and then and there's cold shooters, it's pretty much like a double shot. And this is not something that just to get them drunk. It just goes with the meal. Everything goes with the meal. So if you have, let's just say if you do the shrimp and you have the Bloody Mary shooters, they eat the shrimp and then they take sips of it. This is like the sips and bites. It goes with it, and it's going to wow them. So again, it just goes with like the personable gift idea that you're doing. So going down the line, like, I've done also short rib tacos with a peach pico de gallo with a watermelon cucumber martini shooters. So again, if it's no alcohol in there and you want to keep it alcohol free, you could do it without alcohol. It just works the same way. So these just are a couple examples of food gifts you can do. The only thing with this, it does take time in regards to planning, and I'll get to that too with like, just tips and tricks in regards to plan ahead. But yeah, I mean, it's something that like even with my family too, when I give them food gifts, it's like, oh, I want this again. I want that again. I remember, when I had this a couple of years ago and I forgot. I mean, I forgot what I made, but they remember. It's just something that people always be like, oh, wait, like if you're at a Christmas party and you're like, oh, is Jeff going to be there because he made this? Oh, wow, that's really awesome. I hope he comes back and gives me another food gift, that sort of thing. So they always remember that instead of the Amazon gift card or a bottle of wine, I'm saying. So.
Now, is there a specific company that you would recommend, or and it's not promotion to the company, but
no, of course
we are talking about like nuts and candy or edible, with the strawberries dipped in chocolate, bananas dipped in chocolate, all of that. Is there, or is this just you just walk into a mall area and, oh, I saw that, let me get it? Where would you where would you do? Put it in the internet, Google it, or what?
Well, the first thing I would do is support your mom and pop local places because they're becoming extinct. So if you have a mom and pop place that's near you that does platters, and it doesn't, let's just say if they do like a charcuterie cheese platter or stuff like that already made, get that. That's fine. I mean, but I would rather go to your mom and pop places physically than do something on the internet because it's like, again, this goes with the sentimental feeling where it's like you're going and supporting the mom and pop places and then you're bringing it physically instead of like Amazon bringing it. Right. If worse comes to worse and you don't have a mom and pop place, and then, you have the internet, there's a lot of places that you can do. I would just be careful with that in regards to that. It's just, look, everything is corporatized, and I'm not that person to be like, oh, corporate is terrible, but you don't really get the bang for your buck sometimes. That's why I'm saying there, when you have those mom and pop places, they give more than the actual value. That's why it's always like a family place. So if anything that you can get, yeah, sure. If there's a mom and pop place in a mall, and they have gift baskets of something that they made by hand, do that. And if it's wine, then forget it. No, but like,
what about a nice wine? What about a nice nuts and candy bowl?
That's good too. I mean, I wouldn't give like a trail mix, but if they have, let's just say, like vanilla coated almonds or chocolate covered raisins, which people do like, yeah, I would do that. If it's in a nice like basket, if it's nicely presented, yeah, sure, then do that. Yeah, I think that would work. Yeah, I just, you know what it is, because for me, it's like I would rather make it. I know it's me, but if that's something that this right here, if it's sort of like time consuming and you just want to get something that's still personable, I would go that route. I would definitely go that route to get something, yeah, like a dessert tray or a snack tray, or going towards like the what's it called, the nuts and candy. But over time, you're going to see differences. You're going to see a lot of different candies. You're going to see more or less like more modern candies, which is fine, which is great. More trendy candies in a basket, which is different. You know, you're not going to get a Snickers or a Milky Way. You know, probably get like a like something more or less much better than a Cliff Bar, obviously. But there's a lot of names out there. But yeah, I would go that route. That's a good idea. That's still a good idea.
Yeah, that's what. Now, also, we're getting this is from Teresa. Teresa asked,
Hey, Teresa.
gas cards. I know it has nothing to do with food, but
Uh-huh.
a lot of people love gas cards. Do you
Yeah,
believe that?
I do. I absolutely do. Yeah. Because a lot of people they're driving more. So it's and they're traveling more. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. That's going to help them
You
out.
like the gas
I
cards?
like the gas card idea. It's a lot of people they live by their car. You know, they travel. Some I know a lot of people that are traveling businessmen and traveling chefs, and they can't get anywhere. They can't even take a bus or a train. They have to go from state to state, and they need their car. But besides, like even if you like love driving and just travel, I think that's a great idea because that's I think that's a very good idea. Yeah.
And how about a gift like a unique gift basket with fruit and cookies?
Um, Are you saying like the classic type of fruit basket?
Yeah, like they give you the Dutch cookies, and they give you maybe a cheese thing in there, and a little, or is that old fashioned? Is that
I
like over the
would,
hill
yeah, I would, because the most if you give that, I would say the most that they're going to do is put it in a bowl for display on the kitchen table. That is old school. Again, that's a good idea back then. Sort of like shift gears forward right now, and I think yeah, put past that. There's a lot more alternatives that you can that yeah, even with cheese, let's just say they have more modern cheese platters, yeah,
now?
more than like cheese kits and stuff like that. They have a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, I mean they have a lot of they call these kits. They have sushi kits, they have soup kits. And again, they say like more or less for either presents or even stocking stuffers too. They have chocolate bark. They have a white peppermint bark you can make or you can buy. Put them into baggies too. So there's a lot that you can pretty much even if you let's just say you buy things separately and then put them in your own basket. That works too. I don't think it's going to take a lot of time. You just pretty much got to buy the ingredients, buy the basket, and put them together. So
Yeah, no, that's excellent. The good there's so many. There are
it's a lot.
last minute. I like tomorrow. People are gonna say, "Oh my God, I forgot to get so and so." So what do they do? And you got all these nice, unique little things you can do. And another thing that I find interesting is people give these certain kinds of chocolates, or
Hmm.
they make it into like coffees.
Yeah.
Somebody does a nice thing of coffee. You go around the world in coffees, and you have a little bit from a little Colombian, you have a little Italian, you have a little Spanish, you have a little bit of everything, and in there is then Italian biscuits or something
Yes.
like that. That's
I like that.
usually something really good.
I like that. Yeah, I've seen that before. That is good. It's like a all around the world type of deal. I like that.
All
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's good, and some people overlook this. Some people, um, uh, they'll go in there and say, "I didn't know what to get you," and then but there's so many ideas, and all you have to do is go on the internet or talk to some people. You don't have to be old fashioned all the time. You can go with the flow, which is
Absolutely.
damn good, which is excellent actually.
Yeah, I mean, you can look, you can exactly look if you again like with my gifts that I mentioned again if this is something if you have time with and you're willing to do because look cooking again everyone either they love it they do it as a hobby they do it for fun or they don't do it which is fine, which is very respectable. But yeah, no, those baskets, these baskets are so they've changed. They've like sort of like the evolution of them is just completely surreal now. It's like, yeah, exactly. You go from fruit baskets to like you go from like the sample coffees from all over the world. So yeah, I
With
mean,
cheeses. There's a
yeah,
lot of
there's a
cheese.
lot of modern cheeses, and
Yes.
that's the thing too. They're coming out with more and more. It's of course they have their classic brie cheese, but they have a lot more infused cheeses that people will be impressed with. They have a red wine cheese. They have something
Yeah.
called double Gloucester cheese. Double
Yes.
Gloucester is a chive and onion, pretty much onion type of cheese. I'm sorry, orange type of cheese. They have a Port Salut, Asiago. They have so many. Plus, you can also do like a meats too. Like yeah, you could do prosciutto. You could do the capicola, sopressat. Yeah, even like the dry chorizo. You could do a lot. Yeah, you could definitely do a
Can
lot with
you
that stuff.
you definitely can, no question about that. I like that idea too. So, oh, we definitely touched on quite a bit,
Yeah.
Chef. Now a couple of people asked me, do you think down the line, with you or with somebody else like Maria or something, are you guys thinking about doing any cooking in front of the camera? What's the latest on doing something like that for them
So I've been just not deeply looking, but I have been looking a little bit. I'm gonna probably start doing that
after the
after.
holidays?
Yeah, because I do have a lull week after Christmas where I'm pretty much got to catch up on 15 years of my life. No, I'm kidding. No, so I just yeah, no. So with that, I'm looking at spaces for in Brooklyn, even in New York too, for like test kitchens and stuff like that. I can't really do it in my place. It's more of an extensive type of kitchen where I have to go to two different areas to do that. But yeah, so with that, I'm looking into that. I have to look into the price. I have to look into the space. This is why I haven't done any cooking videos yet, because it's ideally I have to find the right crew and the right space for that. So, but it's going to be in the works. And but yes, that I plan on after the new year doing that, doing
That's
cooking.
awesome. That
Mhm.
that really is awesome. And I listen. I mean, so now what's the plan? What exactly goes on now? Let's say you're busy tomorrow. Are you cooking for different parties, or are you cooking for a corporation? What goes on in a life, let's say on a Christmas Eve type of day?
Yeah, there's external parties. There's a lot of people from different outside organizations that come in that we cook for, internal too. So they'll have their Christmas parties. They'll have their events that we have to cater to, whether it's a breakfast, a lunch, a reception, depending what it is, what they order. But it all depends. I mean, we can get investment groups, we can get political groups, we can get sports entertainment groups. It just and they have to keep it like quiet and hush hush, because it might be someone there, a few people that are just either celebrities or just people that are high ranking, where we have to focus on the food and not be distracted
And
to
who you
get their
feed? Yeah,
autograph.
who you feeding?
Get
Of
their
course.
autograph, yeah, that sort of thing. But yeah, that sort of, so that's where it's like, I always have to pretty much tell people, let's just focus on what we have, don't worry about that. But yeah, I mean that's it. Like, you just never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to cook for, who you're going to bump into in the city. It's crazy. Yeah.
Now you have another question from John. John asks, "What's the difference between cooking Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and what would you recommend something different? Yeah, I'm having a party of, let's say, 22 people.
Okay.
Instead of making the pastas and it's Italian, and I know you can make like a 6 foot hero. Is there anything different that you could recommend to do? Just to change it up and start. And he said, I know a big tradition, especially in the Italian community. Everybody at midnight or at 12:01 a.m. has got to eat lentils for good luck.
Okay. Okay. I heard something like that lightly, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So, what would you recommend for food? Something different on New Year's Eve.
So I look, I don't see the difference between unless there is like religious purposes. I don't see the difference between foods on Christmas and New Year's unless there's a Christmas label on it. I mean, there's a Christmas bread pudding, there's a New Year's bread pudding. All foods pretty much when you see on Christmas and when you see on New Year's, they're like winter, hearty oriented foods. A lot of people they have duck, they have goose. Like I have a great recipe for that. You know, I like with duck or goose, I did like a soy sake butter. John, this is what I did: soy sake clarified butter, slow roasted duck, and I also did a sausage and chestnut stuff, roasted chestnut stuffing in there too. If you want to skip the pasta, you want to go to Greek, you could do Greek. You want to do spanakopita, you want to do the spinach pie, you want to do moussaka, which is sort of like similar like lasagna, except you have like the eggplant, you have the ground beef, and sometimes people put potato and then the cheese. I mean, it is a process, but I mean, if you have the time, but also like with like prime rib, if you want to do like if you want to do like a pork shoulder, a pernil, um, even lamb, beef tenderloin. There's a lot of ways to go about that. It's not complicated in a sense because it's not overproduction. It's just a simple meal. But all these like roasts, especially like the sides that go with that, you could do like mashed potatoes, like I mentioned, smashed potatoes. But mashed potatoes, you could do like with gorgonzola, which is blue cheese. You could do it with bacon, mascarpone. You could do it with truffle and parmesan. Again, there's like a whole bunch of things that you can do. So changing it up instead of your typical like pasta like a baked pasta and stuff like that. You could always do a roast. You can always do a stuffed chicken, a whole chicken. You can always do roasted chicken thighs, roasted chicken quarters. It doesn't matter. There's no limit and there's no rules to that. But you could even do small appetizers too. You could even do like small tacos. You could do sliders. You can even do, if you want to do pigs in a blanket, which is absolutely amazing. You can make your own pigs in a blanket, which is absolutely phenomenal. And it doesn't take that much time. Like a lot of the pigs in a blanket, they're, small frankfurters wrapped in puff pastry, like Pillsbury. I mean, you can do a loaded pigs in a blanket, which you could do like the puff pastry, the small cut hot dog. You could do your sauerkraut, your mustard. You could do bacon wrapped. You could do the relish in there and roll it up. And then, I mean, there's a lot of finger foods that you could do. You could do empanadas. Empanadas are simple to make. I'm saying that, I know, but there's a lot of there's also a lot of let's just say if you want to impress people, there's a lot of, let's just say, deconstructed bars, you could say, like deconstructed type of setups where you have ingredients in separate bowls, but you have like the sauces hot, and then you mix it in, and then you serve your guests. Like I just to play host. Like you could do like a lo mein or fried rice bar. You can do a paella bar. You could do a risotto bar. If you want to stay away from the pasta and all like that, you can build your own pizza. You can definitely if you want to do like a shrimp cocktail, you could do a grilled shrimp cocktail with different sauces and stuff like that. So there's a lot of even like a fondue or something called a raclette. Like a raclette station, as they call it. It is sort of like a mechanism that you can use, but there's what you do is you have these ingredients like in like small bowls, and you scrape the cheese on those ingredients. So there's a lot that you can look into in regards to that. You could do like your own build your own mezze or Mediterranean plate, with like hummus, baba ganoush, and stuff like that. And if you don't have time to make it, you can always buy already packaged in the stores, and then you just put it right into the bowls in there. So everything is pretty much separated, but then you have to pretty much build it up in bowls or mix it in for your people. You could also do tacos, birria, burritos, loaded nacho, loaded potatoes, like a loaded potato bar and stuff like that.
I did note. I don't mean to interrupt. I did notice you didn't necessarily say do like a lot of people do for the Super Bowl, do a chicken wings festival. You do chicken wings. You do things that go with chicken wings. Your dips and whatever. And somebody else brought out to me religiously they eat Chinese food on New Year's Eve. It's all Chinese food, sesame chicken. They get the rack of ribs. They get this. They get that. To me, I think I guess because in my culture or whatever, um, the food on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve is totally different, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends. I mean,
Well,
like you say, you having the seven fishes, and then New Year's Eve you could go with what's that you put in the crack pot? Oh, with the meat and potatoes, and it cooks for like 6-7 hours. Pot roast. Thank you. Well, that's said pig roast, but pot roast is very popular. Pot roast and the big heroes. I know when we had the bakery, a lot of the stores used to call up, hey Joe, we need 5 6-foot heroes. We need 4 4-foot, 5 3-foot, 2-foot, whatever. And I know people stuff it. Half they do chicken cutlet, the other half they'll do.
Absolutely. Cuts. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to if like, and I also did a disclaimer where it's like the difference between Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's. Put aside religious. Obviously, 7 fishes. You're not going to put that aside. You're always going to have that.
Yes.
No, like even with if people have certain traditions and customs, I respect that absolutely. If there's New Year's, let's just say New Year's, you have, and this is why for me it's like chicken wings. Sure, if you have chicken wings religiously on Christmas Eve. For me, I'll have it on Super Bowl. I don't have it on Christmas Eve.
Right.
That's why I didn't bring it up. But if you do have that, that's amazing. And plus, I can go a different route with that. You could do popcorn chicken, popcorn shrimp. You could do even like the boneless chicken wings. You could have your assorted sauces, and then pretty much toss them like in. You could do like a avocado ranch. You could do. There's a lot you can do with that. But even with the Chinese food too. I know a lot of people that have Chinese food on New Year's Eve, and that's respectable too. It's like, for me, it's like I'll have ramen. We'll have like ramen noodles. So we'll have like a ramen bar. So I'll have like the rice noodles, the ramen noodles with the 7-minute egg, the broth, all that stuff. So it is deconstructed, and then like we just mix it in and we serve ourselves. But so there is a difference in regards to that. But with for instance, like I'll like put it going back to like Thanksgiving, let's just say Thanksgiving Eve and now Christmas Eve. When I was younger, I had a different tradition where it was more family oriented, and it was just a whole production where it's like we had relatives over, a lot of cooking going on. We had the for Greeks we had the galotobouriko, which is the milk custard pie in phyllo dough. We had the spanakopita, we had the moussaka, pasticcio. I saw that. Yeah, we had the pasticcio. We had the melomokarona, which is the honey soaked cookies with the almonds on top. We had the curambieres, which is the crescent powdered sugar cookies. So we had a lot. We had the baklava. We didn't have the pistachio ones; those are Turkish. We had the Greek ones there. So yeah, there was a lot that we had. So over time, like. It's just everything sort of like everyone went our separate ways. Now we're just a close knit group. So now it's like, what are we doing? So we're like, me and my close family, where what we do is like we'll either order out or we'll pretty much like have each and every one of us like cook a meal where it's like a potluck, and then we'll watch like music videos from the 80s. We'll watch heavy metal. Yes. We'll watch, like I mentioned, 80s, pop 80s, heavy metal, hard rock. That's our tradition. And we do that for Thanksgiving Eve. We're going to do that for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So it's like, that's just what makes us happy. So it's like, that's just, and everyone's customs and traditions are absolutely amazing because I respect that. And then also we'll put in like old Christmas commercials and stuff like that too. Like, it's crazy over time. It's like, it gets different over time though.
Well, another tradition that we have in our family, because I know it word for word, but we always watch it, and that's the honeymooners.
Oh yeah.
You can't, you know what's coming. You know the line. I know it, those 29 episodes, word by word by word, and you still laugh. No matter what. It's like, you're still gonna laugh. It's a tradition. And when I was working overnight, Nick, for so many years, I hated to miss that And then by the time I come home in the morning, there's like maybe 7 or 8 left because they go off usually around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's Day. So it's like, but the whole idea is to start watching it after you say Happy New Year. And so, I mean, that's another tradition that we do have. But
that's awesome.
We covered a lot. We really covered a lot, Nick. This was awesome. I think people really got some really good advice, some good recipes, and it doesn't end there, guys. You could definitely go to the video right after the program, give it about 20 minutes, and you could rewatch it. It's not, it won't be that long. It's like an hour and 15 minutes or so, and then our next one will be on the 29th. Everyone, that'll be with Maria. Chef is trying to open up the schedule to be with us that night. If he isn't, then he'll be on the next one with Maria and myself and all. But he'll be lurking in the wings, I'm sure. Yeah. And we'll definitely get a lot accomplished. Unfortunately, I don't have the singing voice to sing to you, but Maria, she promises she's going to make it up with Christmas and New Year's songs for everybody when she does come back on December 29th. So she did want me to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. She appreciates that she was missed tonight, and she will. I promise. She will definitely come and do a fantastic job for us on the 29th. And so it's a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to it wholeheartedly. But Nick, if there's still a few things you want to say, go please, by all means.
Yeah, no, of course. So just moving away from food just for a second. So we talked about, Joe mentioned Christmas music. So one of the things for me that always strikes a chord, sort of always makes me feel content and happy, is just pretty much the old time Christmas music. I grew up with it. I loved it. And I could just name a few. Like, there's Brenda Lee rocking around the Christmas tree. I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. It's just it's like the white noise. It's like so old, like the white noise. It's just like, it just makes you feel like, wow, it's the Christmas season. Like even the classic Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms. You got Burl Ives, Holly Jolly Christmas. And also, the Gene Autry. He was amazing. Chuck Berry with Run Run Rudolph. Nat King Cole, of course. I mentioned Bing Crosby, the Ronettes. And also there was a song. Do you remember Chrissy the Christmas Mouse? You ever heard of that song?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So that was what's it called? Debbie Reynolds. Debbie Reynolds sang that with I believe another guy. And then Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer by Elmo and Patsy. I love that song. Oh my God. Then your favorite, Dominique the Donkey Baby.
That's right. It's Dominique the Donkey. The Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 la. La 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 la.
So then, do you remember that?
Do you remember that? Jerry Vale, Frank Sinatra. They all did something.
Oh, yeah.
Something really, really cool, really good. And how about our very own Maria? She put a beautiful song out that's on 103.5 the KTU, the Beat of New York here in New York City, and you can hear it anywhere on Spotify, anywhere at all. And believe me, you're missing something if you don't listen to it. It's a wonderful tune, and she's very proud of it. And we're very proud of her for getting for getting this, and Vinny Meduno also with her doing the Song of the Angels. So I want you to hear it. I don't want to spoil it. You've got to go to it and listen to it. Just put in what do you call her name and everything, and you will definitely you'll love it. You'll absolutely, and you'll love her channel. So take a look at it, and And God willing, right after Christmas on the 29th, she will be here. And hopefully Chef Nick can square off a lot of things to come back. And the three of us will be together. Otherwise, the beginning of next year, we will definitely be together with cooking and singing and just entertainment galore right here on the channel.
So Joe, I just wanted to finish one thing really quick. So yeah, just finishing up like the music in regards to that. So there's a song by Shirley Temple, "I'm Getting Nothing for Christmas."
Right.
The Barking Dogs, who sang Jingle Bells, all barking dogs.
Yes.
Andy Williams, "The Bells of St. Mary," such a great song.
The Chipmunks.
Yeah, the Chipmunks too. I have that on my list. The Chipmunks. So you also have the Waitresses, "Merry Christmas" or Christmas Rapping. "Merry Christmas." You have to listen to that song. Run DMC, "Christmas in Hollands." Twisted Sister has a Christmas album, and it was absolutely amazing. Then you have the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, who were formerly Savatage. Savatage was an 80s heavy metal band. Check them out. These guys are good. Then, of course, you had Adam Sandler with the Hanukkah song. Snoopy's "Christmas" versus the Red Baron by the Royal Guardsmen. Very good song. Also, you had George Michael, "Last Christmas." Paul McCartney, "Wonderful Christmas Time." Charlie Brown's by Vince Guaraldi, "Christmas Time Is Here." That's a slow song. Then, of course, the Peanuts Gang, the Christmas song by Linus and Lucy. All I Want Is for Christmas Was My Two Front Teeth.
Yeah.
One in 1948 by Spike Jane and the City Slickers. And then, of course, you had the Chipmunk song. And then, of course, you had "Baby It's Cold Outside," which everyone's found offensive. But going along with that, so then, of course, you had like the Christmas movies, the Christmas cartoons. You had Garfield's Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which was absolutely, they were all made out of clay. That took great talent. "A Wonderful Life," "Miracle on 34th Street," "A Christmas Carol," National Lampoon's Christmas. And then let's just call a spade, like Joe says. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. There was Christmas in Home Alone, and then there was Christmas in Lethal Weapon Part 1. Let's not forget the TGIF shows that were on that had Christmas episodes too. Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step, Perfect Strangers. But also, let's go a little bit deeper. Different Strokes, Three's Company, Facts of Life. Old school type of shows that did have the Christmas spirit in there too. But
so did the Honeymooners and I Love Lucy.
Well, can you say that there were more? I mean, they had Christmas, but even with the Honeymooners, and let's just say the Twilight Zone, because they always had marathons on that New Year's Eve. Can you say those more New Year's oriented?
No, but yes, but there is that one show that, and you got to see it because you'll laugh. He buys Alice the gift of it's a Matchbox set made of 1,000 matches put together, and you could put jewelry in there. And he's saying it came from the Emperor's house.
Oh, okay.
This and that, and then a friend comes over to see Alice. "Oh, Alice, I got you a little something," and they open it up together, and it's the same box that Jackie Gleason got, and now he looks like, "Oh my God, what am I?" Oh, and then she said, "It's just a little something, for that." So it made him, but that is, and then they came out of character, and at the end they all came out. And he says, "I'm out of character, but, for this season, we wanted to say hello to everybody. Art Carney come out and everybody, so that's a cool episode. Watch that, everyone. That if you don't know it, you definitely got to take a nice look at that. I love that episode. It's really, really good. So, and that's where awesome. That's where that stands.
Absolutely. And, it just goes to show you that nostalgia never dies. It's always going to be in you. And they call it the Christmas spirit for a reason. It's just, it makes you feel better. It makes you feel good. Even through hard times, bad times, and even the good times too. It's just, it's always there. It's always there. And there's always something in you that you just strikes a chord, But
I mean, you can name everybody: Celine Dion, Liza Minnelli. You can name them all. Even Elvis.
Oh, that's true. I forgot Elvis. Blue Christmas.
Right.
Jeez. Joe, do you mind if I just finish my thought here and then we're good? Like, is that like?
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I know you know. So look, just one final note, guys. So a lot, just a few tips and tricks in regards to, let's just say, the holiday season, but also towards, like, just for now on, going after the New Year's, or even in between too. Going to the supermarket. Look, if you ever see the number 9 on a sticker behind fruits and vegetables, that means it is organic. If you see something that is 4 on a sticker with fruits and vegetables, that means it has pesticides on there. Stay away from that. If you see something that's 8, stay away even further, because it's genetically modified. Again, the number 9, which is organic, you're going to pay a little more, but it's the safer bet. Especially also in supermarkets too. This is why I'm always say, always go to your butcher, always go to your favorite bakery, always go to your fish guy or fishmonger. Or always go to your specialty produce place, because sure, you might be traveling to different places, but you're always going to sort of, like, if you want to kill a lot of birds with one stone, then I mean, this is what you could do. So if you see a manager special sticker on meat, he's not being nice. It's pretty much because it's the meat is about to expire in a day or two, and they need to get rid of it. So just be mindful of that too, because sometimes they do a little trick where they roll the meat in blood again to make it look fresh, or red dye. Just also I always call it the smell test. Even when I get deliveries in, when I get like fish in, sure, it might smell bad, so I'm taking that risk. So you pretty much open up the package, you see discoloration, and you also take a whiff. I know you're gonna have to see if it's like off or not. If you smell the slightest off slimy smell, just return it, because it's not worth it. You don't want to get sick over it and stuff like that. Also too, like, when you guys are cooking, always please clean as you go. I'm not telling you what to do, but this prevents your dishes from being Mount Everest and your kitchen looking like an episode of like Hoarders. So it's like you want to just when you clean as you go. It's pretty much you get more organized, and then you pretty much have like a healthy start to your day, and continuously to when your cooking time also. Always plan ahead. They call it mise en place for something. It means to put into place. So if you want to make a plan for cooking, or for buying or for buying anything from food gifts from other companies or whatnot, make a blueprint. Execute your vision. What are you going to make? What are you going to buy? How are you going to serve it? Is it going to be, again, what packaging is it? Is it sentimental? Is it for your family, your friends? I guess it doesn't matter, but you always be like prepared with that too, with the prices too, because you just never know if it's going to drop, or they're going to double the price during the Christmas season, or going towards the Christmas season. So it's just always like, distractions and procrastination. That's always a key thing to pretty much just stretching the time out, and it goes closer to Christmas. Obviously depending on our schedule as well. Also, people who love to cook, if you have scraps of food, always utilize it. So let's just say if you're cleaning a beef tenderloin, save the scraps, save the fat. You can make a beef gravy out of it. If you're peeling potatoes, if you're peeling carrots, save the scraps, save your corn husks. You can make a vegetable stock. You can steep it for tea. There's a lot you can do for that. And again, if you want to be what's it called? For that with recipes as well. You can save a lot of money in the long run. So I just want to point that out as well. So
awesome. Well, I think we covered a lot, Nick, and good hour and a half just about.
Right.
Thank you for your expertise, and we expect a lot more from it, from that, and more entertainment and more fun. We're just scratching the surface right now, everyone. We're getting you the tongue wet, the palate wet right now, and we're going to come through with very nicely for you guys to have a lot of fun on this channel, and we really mean that from the bottom of our hearts. Now, programming note, everyone, we did mention on our show with Jose Mota a little while ago, we will have a morning show tomorrow morning It's not going to be lengthy, but we are going to come on just to wish you guys a very, very Merry Christmas. We'll talk a little bit if there's any late news or whatever, but it's really strictly to say thank you to you guys.
Absolutely.
And be safe. And I'll be thinking about you during the holiday season. I'm going to throw a couple of shorts out there, people, to say hello to you, just to make sure everybody's doing well, and just to keep base. We will tomorrow morning is 9 a.m. a regular 9 a.m. We go to 9:30 after we say Happy New Year, everyone, and then we're going to come back. As far as I know, I believe with the basketball show on Saturday. Now, we met on Saturday. I believe it looks like 3:00 because, with all of these, with the holidays and everything, we will I'll have that confirmed for you tomorrow morning. And I will let you know about the wrestling show. You just, because of the fact that everybody's on the move, it's a little bit difficult.
It is.
But everything will get back to normal, of course, after we go to Happy New Year. But what you will get is our morning shows. We're going to have guests. We're going to be doing quite a bit before that. And remember, on the 29th, we're going to have Maria on the show again, and she's got a few ideas, a few things that she wants to share. So it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. But first things first, tomorrow morning we are back at 9 a.m., Christmas Eve morning, and whoever can join us, even for 5 minutes, we'd appreciate it. Take it out of your busy day. And basically we're coming on to say Merry Christmas. We love you, and thank you so much for being here, supporting this channel with subscriptions, with super chats, with memberships, and just having you by our side. It's a great family thing, and we love each and every one of you. Nick, you have some final thoughts?
Yeah. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. I want to say too, they say a chef never gives his secrets. I do. I'm the chef that will. I want everyone to be happy and grow with me. I want to learn from everybody. That I never, ever, and never will throw pots and pans across the kitchen. I'm the most laid-back chef that wants to, pretty much reach for the sky. But I want to do that with all of you guys too. Again, if anyone has any questions, please reach out to my Instagram. Reach out to Joe. I am more than happy to give any recipe, help anyone, any concerns, questions. That's why I'm here. I'm here to talk Yankees, talk food, cook, and kick some ass.
And once in a while, maybe you'll sing a little bit. You'll sing
a little bit, some karaoke
just
on
a little.
karaoke.
But it's definitely so. It's so satisfying to share a Christmas with you guys and a New Year's. And I hope there's many, God willing, many more Christmases and New Year's that we're gonna spend together. So if you can, everyone, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. And we'll spend a little time while everything is cooking, and I'm sure I'm going to smell everybody's beautiful cooking, and we're really looking forward to it. And of course, Nick, whatever with you going to work and everything like that, I hope your day is bright and merry, and that you really enjoy. And thank you so much for taking time, with us. For this unbelievable journey ride that we're on. And as you're leaving the stream, everyone, please give a little shout out to Nick here with definitely press that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We really appreciate it. And tomorrow morning, the same thing. Subscribe, press that like button. We'd really appreciate it. Well, thank you so much. God bless you all. God bless America. We love you so much. As we inch closer to the Christmas holiday, it's hard to believe it came this fast, but it did.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone, and we will see you at 9 a.m. Good night, everyone.
Rock on, baby.